Jon Lovett, one of the
Not Jon
Obama
Lovitz.
bro,
Yes, I
not
know
the
the difference.
actor.
I'm not fucking stupid. I was just making a joke. God.
The Obama bro, who is the co-host of the Pod Save America, which they, I don't know if you guys know this, but the Obama bros have been doing so much of saving America and saving their party. So he responded to a clip where we were criticizing him because he said that he was basically, I don't want to completely paraphrase it and mess it up, but like he wanted Biden to win so much that he didn't want to be critical of him or his health in any way because him winning was more important than that. So Jon
He
Lovett
admitted to covering it up. Yeah.
responded to Miranda and I, put it on the screen. Thank you. Said, yes, Megan. Yes, Megan. Yes, Megan. I
Yes,
was part of
Megan.
the cover up. Hard to do from Los Angeles, but my plan to hide Biden's age from the public was to talk
Is it
about
hard
it
to do it from Los Angeles?
week,
Because that's where I am. Sorry.
week after week. As a huge issue, he was failing. Huge issue he was failing address. He did said that wrong, and then ultimately calling him to step aside. Was I worried about my words being used against Biden while he was the nominee because I view Trump as an existential threat? Of course. Was honest then and now about that. If that makes me quote disgusting to you guys, so be it. So I don't. This isn't like a horribly eloquently worded tweet.
Yeah. Weird and
Look,
defensive. Yeah.
I went after Jon Lovett really hard, and so did you. And again, I just don't like people saying, because I don't lie in my analysis. You don't lie, Miranda, even if it's people I love. I don't lie. If there was some kind of situation where, like, someone I was very close to or really loved, I would just be like, I'm too close to this to comment on it, which I have done before in the past, by the way.
You'll
So
recuse
that's what
yourself.
I
Yeah.
would have done. Yes, I would just be like,
Then
you
I
don't
say
want
it.
this from
Yeah.
me. I'm too biased. Go to Miranda. So I think the issue, my take on Jon Lovett, and I will say you are invited on this show if you would like to come on, because I am genuinely, we were harsh to you. And look, I have a big mouth and I can talk shit, and so does Miranda. Um, my question is just like, I don't lie in general, and it's gotten me very far in life, like for better or for worse. People know, and I've actually had like data done on this. People know I'm keeping it real and telling the truth. And I just don't think I could ever be in a situation where like a mission was more important to me than the truth, because again, like the truth always comes out in the end. And I also want to say I'm actually just genuinely curious, because the Pod Save America bros are the former Obama speechwriters. They're one of the few men in liberal media that host anything together. A lot of times it's like predominantly female. And I am actually genuinely curious on his take on why Democrats are having such a hard time, to the point that they're now spending $30 million to get back the white male vote. That like they're losing men so badly. You're bleeding your demographic of white men. Do you think you have done anything to add to that? And what do you think the solution is? So I want to say, I feel a little bad that we upset Jon Lovett so much, because,
I don't.
we're all in this together ultimately. And I do think he's like a decent person. I feel bad. If he wants to come on, you're more than welcome. And I still disagree with what you said, but I felt bad. The tweet, when I read it, I was like, oh, we really, like,
Okay.
we got under his skin.
Okay. Fine. But you know what? As someone who wanted Kamala to win the election, I don't feel bad that we
Yes,
got under his skin
you
because
did want her to win badly,
I
lest us
did.
we forget.
Remember how
Yeah.
upset I was? Okay.
Yeah,
So
Miranda was really upset.
listen to me. They gaslit the country for over 2 years about this man's health. Okay. To the point that they did not allow a viable candidate to stand in. When they finally admitted to whatever was going on was wrong, they gave this person, Kamala Harris, a very unfair shake. She only had 100 or whatever days to get her shit together, get this VP who nobody even knew who the fuck he was and didn't want him.
Yeah.
And she had zero chance of winning. And I put this squarely on the shoulders of people like him, people like the DNC, who now are admitting to covering it up. And we're supposed to give them a pat on the back for sounding the alarm after the house was already burned down. Give me a fucking break. No,
Okay,
I am
fair.
not going to give him a pass on this. You and I were saying over the last 2.5 years, something is wrong. He needs to step down or step aside, or they need to run someone else. When he announced that he was going to run again, I remember you and I having a visceral reaction to what? Why aren't they announcing someone else? Why is this happening? This is not acceptable. This is not appropriate. So, no, I'm not giving him a pass on this. I'm
All right,
angry.
fine. Okay, I don't think Jon Lovett could be coming on this show
He can
either.
come
So
on.
we
I'll
can
be
cross
civil.
Jon Lovett and Alex Thompson off on
I'll be
potentially
kind.
having-
I'll be civil.
Uh-huh.
I'm here in Los Angeles. I'm happy to meet him for a drink, whatever. But no, I don't think that anybody should be getting any kudos for now all of a
Fair.
sudden.
I felt bad. He sent this long tweet that like didn't really make
Whatever.
sense.
His,
Anyway.
he put
Okay,
it
okay,
into
fine.
Chat GPT. Give me a break.
Him and all the money he makes off of grifting on the
Yeah.
Obama bros.